Ogun State, as one of the fastest growing states in Nigeria, is becoming a focal point for Nigeria's economic transformation and an industrial hub of high repute. The state is living up to its sobriquet of being the gateway to enterprise in the country, next to Lagos. The state remains one of the 5 states in Nigeria in terms of its gross domestic product and economic growth profile, and population of over 7 million people needs transportation as one of the important aids to trade and commerce, which would in turn convey other factors of production from one place to another, including goods and passengers. The need for a mass transit that will reduce heavy traffic as well as move people in and out of the state on a daily basis propelled the Ogun State government under the leadership of Prince Dapo Abiodun to launch the Strategic Transport Master Plan and the Gateway Mass Transit. The event, which was held at the arcade ground of the governor's office, Okemoson, Abeokuta, has in attendance dignitaries from all walks of life. The governor of the state, Prince Dapo Abiodun, said that there is need for effective and efficient transport system, especially intermodal system, in a period like this when the state is gradually transforming into the industrial hub of the country.
We recognize the need to have an effective public transport system in Ogun State. And in our usual deliberate and methodical approach, we decided that the best thing to do was to inaugurate an interim committee on that transport sector. We involved our academia from the Olabisi Onabanjo University. We tapped into the United Kingdom Foreign Development Office. And what they handed over to us was our multimodal transport master plan. I promised them, I said, this master plan will not be in my bookshelf gathering dust. We will implement it. And yes, we have begun that implementation because the government of Ogun State, the people of Ogun State can testify that now they indeed have a government they can trust. A government that delivers on its promises. We began to implement that transport master plan by establishing the Ministry of Transportation and searching and finding the right person to head that ministry. It is that same master plan that has guided us in the construction of our highways that our people have witnessed across the length and breadth of the state. To date, we can beat our chest and say we've constructed over 300 kilometers of highways across the length and breadth of our 20 local governments.
Prince Dapo Abiodun explained that the vision of the government is to transform the gateway state and leave a legacy behind for posterity, hence the design of a workable transport system in the state.
I made a promise to our people. I said, we will not develop any part of this state at the expense of another. And I also said that all projects that we inherited that have an economic impact to the lives of our people will be completed. And I believe that much we have continued to do. Amongst others, our transport master plan also highlighted the need for us to have an airport. It spoke to our road transport, our air transport, and our sea transport, as well as the rail transport. Today, we are launching one of the portions or segments of our road transport. A year ago, last month, we began the construction of our international agro-cargo airport. I normally joke by saying that that airport is no longer a PowerPoint airport. It is indeed an airport, indeed and in truth. By the grace of God, we have begun to asphalt the runway of that airport. That airport will be delivered December 2022, and I'm sure you will be there to welcome the first aircraft that will actually be truly landing in the Gateway State. It's important that the whole essence of that Transport Master Plan is for us to effectively and efficiently move our people either intrastate or interstate. We are the industrial capital of this nation. We are the educational capital of this nation. We are fast becoming the breadbasket of this nation. We are the religious capital of this nation. For that reason, it is important for us to find ways and means to efficiently, effectively move people from adjacent states to our state and within our state. We are the expansion corridor for the fifth largest economy on this continent, the biggest economy in Nigeria, which is Lagos State.
The governor re-emphasized his administration's commitment to the project.
We are launching this mass transit bus system. The pilot phase will start right here in Abeokuta and will expand to other cities in Ogun State. We also are developing the BRT lane. Because of our cooperation and our understanding with Lagos State, under our Lagos-Ogun Joint Development Cooperation, which focuses on areas of security, transportation, and water supply, physical planning, amongst other things. Our buses will be able to leave Abeokuta, stop over in Kara or Baga, and go all the way to Marina, just like ABSC said. You'll be able to go from Adeodota or Ifo and go all the way into Lagos, and vice versa. I believe that whilst at this, the buses are air-conditioned, they are Wi-Fi enabled, it would further ease, our ranking on the Doing Business Index, because we are successfully ticking that box, that item of ease of transportation. I want to thank the federal government for what they have done by providing 5 stations for the governance of our indigenes in Ogun State. We are building on that and partnering with Lagos State on extending the purple, the red, and the blue lines accordingly.
The Minister of Transportation, Right Honorable Rotimi Amechi, who was the guest of honor at the launch, said that transportation is like blood in the veins, without which nothing can function effectively.
Transportation is like veins in the blood. It conveys what? Blood. If there is no vein conveying your blood, you will die. What the transportation does is that it provides logistics. If you don't, even when you're trekking, you're transporting. When you're riding bicycle, you're transporting. When you're in a car, you're transporting. If it's by water, you're transporting. So to hear that there is no Ministry of Transport in this place, then something was wrong at that point in time. I wonder how you are managing your transportation sector. Yes, Nancy, please pardon me and allow me to tell the people of Ogun that you have a wonderful commissioner for transport. And I say that with all sincerity, because he worked with me directly when we were constructing Lagos to Ibadan. We invited all the commissioners along the route. He was one commissioner that came to nearly all the meetings. If he won't come, he will let you know, and the reason why he won't come. And then he contributed a lot to the progress of the project. I'm delighted today that I'm sure he's one of the passengers that used the train from Ibadan to Lagos.
Honorable Amechi, who eulogized Prince Dapo Abiodun, said he has lived up to expectation by providing intermodal means of transportation across the state to complement federal government of providing railway transport system across the country.
Having looked at what I've seen here, and I think you've done well. It is not enough to say that you have the money. You could have the money and not do it. And Nigerians, you could spend 4 years and come to our voters and give them money. They will forget that you didn't do anything and they will vote for you. But today, you've done what I do to myself. What I tell myself is, see how you met this country or this state. By the time you leave this state, you should ask yourself the question, what have I left behind? Would my children, I don't talk about people, would my children be proud of me that my father has performed this? One thing about transportation, Your Excellency the Governor, is the intermodality of transportation. No matter what you do about railway, it must end at a terminal. When you come down from that terminal, you must move either by leg or by bicycle or by road to where you're going to. It is the responsibility of government to provide another means of transport that takes you away from the railway to where you're going to. It is worse if that what you're conveying is cargo. Yes, we have provided a freight yard, but we think that the state government should provide other means of transportation to other parts of the states.
He emphasized the importance of the gateway state to Nigeria's economy, adding that the location of the state is unique as it links all parts of the country, thus making it a focal point in the transport system of the country.
Ogun State is truly a gateway state. Not only have we done Lagos-Ibadan, we will soon commence the construction of Lagos-Calabar. Lagos-Calabar will pass through Ogun State as it goes to the south-south. The debate about it now is that the Lagos-Calabar should no longer go to Lagos through Apapa. It should go to Lagos to Epe and to the Lekki Deep Sea Port. That's the new debate. So we have instructed CCCC as a contractor to do a fresh design that takes it from Ore to the Lekki Deep Sea Port. So the fact that you're a gateway has given you the benefit of having different and several rail lines that goes to different areas. So your people will be enjoying the construction of railway, and I hope, and it may happen, that most industries, because of the land you have, will move down this way because of the fact that you have railways traversing your area within your state.
The Commissioner for Transportation, Engineer Gbenga Dairu, while welcoming guests, highlighted the vision, mission, and the importance of the project to the state.
Let me observe that Ogun State remains the industrial hub in Nigeria. The transportation sector plays an important role in maintaining and further enhancing the status of our dear state as the investor's destination of choice. The fact that the position of our dear state as the only state that shares land borders with Lagos State, the fifth largest economy in Africa, and also serves an international window to the expansive corridor of West Africa reinforces the fact that our transportation system is very vital not only to our dear state's economy, but also to the entire country and indeed beyond. It is therefore not surprising that the state government is committed to reforming and repositioning the transportation sector towards ensuring continued provision of safe, affordable, accessible, and comfortable multimodal transport system that will stimulate continued development of our dear state and increase the individual prosperity of the people of our dear state.
He enumerated the key elements of the transportation plan.
I have no doubt today's event of the launch of the Ogun State Strategic Transport Master Plan and the Pilot Gateway Bus Master Scheme will put the transformation process of this sector on a faster track, and it will help to improve and enhance the status of the state as the most industrialized in the country. Especially, I appreciate the Federal Ministry of Transportation and other agencies, federal and state, for their support, cooperation, and collaboration in this initiative. In fact, this event is another representation of the success story of the partnership approach of the Prince Abiodun-led administration to complement and deepen the federal government's policies and programs for transportation in Ogun State and to ensure the successful implementation of the Building a Future Together agenda in Ogun State.
Speeches upon speeches from stakeholders, partners, professionals, and royal fathers were delivered at the program.
When we started with the job, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we understood that the state is blessed with different modes of transport, and the opportunities are bound in different sections of the state. But as at that time, all these opportunities are locked up. So we identified all the issues that are with the transportation problems. We identified the infrastructural problems, service problems, management problems, and institutional problems. And we, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we now recommended far-reaching issues, points that will bring solutions to these problems. What we are doing today is a recognition of that, what we transform, what we take this state to the next level, because we identified that the transport system in Ogun State has the ability to take this state to the next level.
Met His Excellency in London at the UK Africa Investment Summit, and we had the pleasure of taking His Excellency on a trip to King's Cross. And on arriving at King's Cross, His Excellency was very impressed with the transformation of that particular area of London that during his time in London had been a slum area and had really degenerated, but had now transformed into a major transportation hub in London. So His Excellency tasked our team to try and see whether we can bring that same sort of transformation to Ogun State. I must commend this government, an excellent, fantastic team who responded positively to our advice and who actually responded positively to the support we were giving that has brought us here today.
As some of the transport experts would say, transportation is the engine of any economy, and it is very important that you plan it well so that you can begin to foster and to energize the economy of your state. And in launching this strategic transport master plan, I think that's the right way forward. We have been working very well and with the Ministry of Transportation in Ogun just to make sure that we develop the red line as well as the blue line, and then later on we'll look at the purple line, which is from Redeem all the way to Ojo. And we haven't talked about the yellow line from Otta all the way to National Theatre. I can see the BLT, but we will continue to work together, and I can assure you, Mr. Governor, that you would have the full cooperation of Lagos State in developing this integrated transport for Ogun State and Lagos State.
I congratulate Ogun State on this major step of launching the Ogun State Strategic Transportation Master Plan. When we were in school, after breakfast in the morning in Ake, I would trek 2 miles to school. And by the time I arrived in school, I was hungry again because there was no safe and affordable transportation system in Abeokuta, in Ogun State at that time. I congratulate all of us that this thing is happening in our own very presence. And while the Honorable Minister is still with us here, may I please, Minister of Transportation, you have built terminals that are comparable with anyone in the world. The one in Abeokuta is just like one of them. But the access to that place is zero. Please, whatever you can do so that we can access the railway station, we will appreciate it very much. I urge all our people, don't be afraid to go to Lagos anymore because your cars are old. Buy your newspaper in the morning, go to the bus stop, enter the Ogun State bus that will take you to, I've been told, up to Christ Church Cathedral in Marina to drop you there, and you can come back in the evening reading your papers all the way. Congratulations to all of you and to ourselves.
He is one young man who is reviving all that was good for Ogun State. That was gateway transportation in Ogun State in my time. We were even operating up to Ilorin. Thank you, Mr. Governor, for giving back in my lifetime gateway. The Ijebu-Ode-Epe road, I did a single lane. Now, Governor Dakwagadu has transformed me into not just dual, about 6 lanes. And when we left, Baba and I were in Epe together. He traveled on that road. We can attest to it that it's first-class road. Again, thank you for that.
I concur.
Giant Strides crew caught up with leaders in the transport associations, labor leaders, and distinguished senators, and they lent their voices on the importance of the project.
Ǹjẹ́ nǹkan tí à ń ṣe lénìí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ó jẹ́ nǹkan tí ó mú ìtẹ̀síwájú bá ẹgbẹ́ onímọ́tò àti aráàlú tí wọ́n wà l'Ogun State. Ó jẹ́ àǹfààní, ìyẹn àwọn mọ́tò yẹn ó jẹ́ àǹfààní fún wọn torí pé mọ́tò yẹn wà ní ìletò sí ìletò, so máa dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí ìlú wa tún kún sí, so nǹkan oríire ni fún wa.
It's a no-brainer transport network, a robust one, can only add to the economy and the comfort of the citizens. So, of course, it is a very welcome development, and kudos to the government of His Excellency Dapo Abiodun for this laudable intervention.
I think this program is laudable program by His Excellency Prince Dapo Abiodun, MFR. I think we've have a lot of dialogue before we get to this place, and it's got to fetch us good things in Ogun State.
The scheme the government is launching today is aimed at easing the transportation stress of workers in the state, and I believe it will go a long way to ameliorate the transportation stress of workers in the state.
Without any gainsaying, the administration of Prince Dapo Abiodun is indeed creating an enabling environment for the state and individual prosperity that would give the state a secured future through drastic measures taken in every sphere of the economy, especially the key indicator like the transportation system. Indeed, the social and economic growth of the state would be improved. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, àjọṣe wa ni.